Good day, my beautiful people. Good day, good day. Welcome in, welcome in. It's your girl, Kira Renee. And today we are going to be going over the cash flow quadrant. So I am going to be using my dry erase board. I would put it on the wall, but then you guys won't be able to see it. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of, back and forth. So bear with me because I've already drawn out the quadrant. So here, if you can see, this is the cash flow quadrant. I'm not sure how many people are familiar with it. This cash flow quadrant is mainly a way to categorize people based on where they make their money or where their money comes from. Okay, so there's a difference between which quadrant we choose to make our money. And there are 4 types of people that this quadrant represents. So we're going to start. Let's see if y'all can see this. Oh, is my light getting in the way? Here we go. Now, if you can see this, the first quadrant here is E. That stands for employee. That means you make wages. You have a job. You work a W-2, which means you're taxed at 35 to 75% on your income, which is your largest expense. You work. Does anyone know? You work first. Hold on, let me get this together. I should have did this before, right? So you work first, right? As a W-2. You see that? You also see right here. I'm getting it together, y'all. Y'all work with me. See right here where we are? You pay taxes after you work first. You pay taxes first. Up front. Okay. So, yes, people who work a job, who are an employee that makes wages, they're getting taxed 35 to 37% on their income, which is their largest expense. You're going to work first. And then on top of that, you're going to pay your taxes up front. How much do you think the government takes out of your check every time you get paid? 1/3. That's how much the government is taking out of your paycheck. 1/3. They're taking 1/3 of your income. They're also taking 1/3 of your income for 1/3 of the year, which is from January to April, because that is the third of the year. Okay. Then you get to spend what is left. I hope this is making sense to you guys. So now we're going to go down to self-employed, which is pretty much the same thing. You own a job, like a doctor or a specialist. You're still trading your time for money. You have no leverage. And you start off every day at ground zero. That's not something that I think a lot of people overstand. Just because someone is a doctor, a specialist, a nurse, a lawyer, that does not mean that they're just rolling in the dough, okay? Because there are doctors, lawyers, and nurses and all types of, specialists and even contractors. Yeah, they make a lot of money. There's no problem with making the money, but how do you manage it, right? So, and this cash flow quadrant, you guys, is from, y'all go read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay. It really breaks it down. It's really, really informative. I really suggest that you guys look at it. So now we're going to slide on over to the business part. Now, can y'all see this? Now, see, in the business part, this is where now you're a business owner. You make money off of profits, people. This is a 1099. They're taxed at 0 to what? Does anyone know how much they're taxed at from 0 to what? Put in the comment section if you know. I really want to know who knows. I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all. I ain't going to wait. Business owners are taxed at 0 to 23%. Business owners are taxed at 0 to 23%. See the difference? They're not taxed as much as an employee, right? It's completely different when you have a 1099. Now, why is that? Why is that? Because with the business, instead of them paying the taxes first thing up front, the business spends first. I mean, not spend, but works. So your business works first. They're getting taxed 0 to 23% on a 1099 as a business owner. So the business works first. Then the business spends what? They get to spend their money first. You see that? Then they get to get taxed on what they have left. Because what are they doing? What are they doing? They're paying themselves what? They're paying themselves first, you guys. You got to learn these wealth principles. You got to pay yourself first. Stop letting the government get all your money. Okay? I want y'all to see this. Because I tell you one thing, having a business, you'll be able to beat inflation. And you'll be able to have some leverage. Okay? So now we're going to swipe it down to investor. I hope you guys can see this. I think my light. If I would have put this on the wall, y'all wouldn't have been able to see any of this. So an investor makes money off of profit. They're taxed at 0 to 15%. So they're getting taxed the least, right? Investors are getting taxed the least. And what are they doing? They're allowing their money to work 24/7. And now they have their money working for them where their money is making more money. Okay? You see that? See, with this, they're able to see this is why it's super, super important. Because they're keeping more of their money, you guys, without having to work so hard. But people are out here working super hard as an employee and a self-employee and still struggling. Okay? So with an investor here, where's it at the bottom? You guys work with me. There we go. There we go. They make money through business residuals, right? So let's put residuals. That's terrible, my handwriting. But y'all get me, right? Business residuals. They make money off of compound interest, right? And they're making money off of capital gains. And these people are being taxed the absolute least. You guys look at this quadrant and tell me where you want to be. Because see, with the business, you want to learn how to build a business. That's something that you can own. and you'll be able to pass on for generations. A job is where you're working hard for something you will never own, and you can get fired. It doesn't matter if you work 40 years for 40 hours. That stuff doesn't matter. It just does not matter. So there's nothing wrong with having a job. Let that job fund your business. There's nothing wrong with being self-employed. It's better to be a business owner or an investor because these two are getting taxed the least. You want to be a business owner or a business investor. And what is the key value for this side as being a business owner and an investor? It's freedom. Okay. This is why it's important, you guys, to learn financial literacy. And I dropped my top somewhere. Oh, it's over there. And really start learning how to shift your money back to you if you're working a W-2, because that's something that is super, super important. Because yeah, we've all been conditioned to get a good education, a good job, but then we turn around and we're giving a third of our income to taxes out of a third of the year. Don't you think we deserve that money first? We got things to handle. We want our money up front. See, that's the difference. A business owner and investor, they're getting their money up front. Okay. So you want to make sure, you guys, that you're actually learning these wealth principles and the rules to these money games so you can start getting ahead. So I hope that helped. I did the best that I could with that dry erase board. I got to get a better system, but it's all good. As long as you receive the message, which is the most important part. Anything else outside of that really doesn't matter, because that means you're not focused. So, all right, you guys, until next time, y'all be safe. Have a good night.